News update. How Bishop David Oyedepo set up family offshore company in tax haven. The details. Wealthy and flamboyant Mr. Oyedepo recently said money had never been a problem for his church. This is the story of the family-owned company based in British Virgin Islands. After Chris Oyakhilome of Christ Embassy and the late Temitope Joshua, the founder of Synagogue Church of All Nations, David Oyedepo, the founder and general overseer of Living Faith Church worldwide, is the latest Nigeria mega preacher found to have set up a family offshore company in the British Virgin Islands. Mr. Oyedepo's offshore company popped up as part of the ongoing global Pandora Papers reporting project, led by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, ICIJ, and which Premium Times is a key participant. The project involved 600 journalists from 150 news organizations around the world, sorting and analyzing a trove of almost 12 million confidential files, tracking down and interviewing sources, and adding context using public records and other documents. The leaked files were retrieved from some offshore services firms around the world that set up shell companies and other offshore entities for clients, many of them influential politicians, business persons, and criminals seeking to conceal their financial dealings. In August 2007, Mr. Oyedepo contracted the services of Business Centrum Limited, a London-based agent, to help him set up a company in the infamous tax haven for him and his immediate family. Business Centrum subsequently subcontracted Trident Trust Group, one of the world's leading secrecy enablers and one of the most notorious providers of offshore corporate and financial services. The company, Sadok Investments Limited, was set up on August 20, 2017 with 50,000 ordinary shares with a value of $1 each. Although the directors of the company are Mr. Oyedepo and his two sons, David Jr. and Isaac, every member of Mr. Oyedepo's family are listed as shareholders. Mr. Oyedepo and his wife, Faith, are the largest shareholders with 30% of shares each. His children, David Jr., who in 2016 was appointed resident pastor of the headquarters of the church, known as Faith Tabernacle, has 10%, while Isaac, who is the resident pastor of the church's branch in Maryland, the United States of America, also has 10% of the shares. Love and Joy, the two daughters of the cleric, were similarly given 10% shares each. The documents did not reveal the exact businesses and transactions the offshore company was set up to conduct. The entity, however, appears to be the family's investment vehicle, under which the family's wealth is warehoused for offshore management. When reached via his personal email address, Bishop Oyedepo did not respond to questions sent to him seeking his comments. We also sent the questions to be publicized emails of his church, including that of his church's branch in Maryland. Some of the emails returned undelivered, while we did not receive any response for those that delivered. The telephone number of Bishop Oyedepo listed in company documents failed to connect. The biblical reference. Mr. Oyedepo may have tapped the name of his offshore company from the Bible. According to the books of 2 Samuel, 1 King, and Ezekiel, Sadok was a loyal priest to the biblical King David. He was instrumental in helping David suppress the rebellion of his son, Absalom. And he was also helpful in the enthronement of Solomon as David's successor, being that he was the priest that anointed Solomon's head with oil at Gion. which effectively made him his father's successor. Also, after Solomon built the temple in Jerusalem, Zadok was the first high priest of the temple, an entrepreneurial cleric. While the category of documents did not reveal what type of business the company was set up for, some of the documents revealed that the company was still active, at least as recently as 2016, when Trident Trust filed a resolution of the company's board revalidating its list of directors. Meanwhile, Mr. Oyedepo, who felt insulted by his $150 million valuation by Forbes magazine in 2011, is one of the main proponents of prosperity gospel in Christendom and encapsulates this by his myriad of entrepreneurial endeavors. Some fellows said, "We are worth $150 million. I said, "That's an insult. $150 million? $150 million? That's an insult. I am worth Philippians 4 verse 19. He said while referring to the Forbes violation. Philippians 4:19 reads, "And my God will meet all my needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus." Recently, when reacting to reports that some of the church's pastors were sacked without benefits, Bishop Oyedepo, who described the sacked pastors as unfruitful and blatant failure, said his church had never lacked money. Money? Nonsense. We have never lacked it, and yet we have never prayed for it. We are just simply obeying God, and He is backing up what He asks us to do. Obedience will turn you to a living wonder. Just obey God. Have you seen us raise a prayer point of, "Oh God, send us money"? He asked later during the speech. Outside his evangelical work, he is mainly known as the founder of one of Nigeria's most expensive universities, Covenant University. He also owns Landmark University in Omoaran, Kwara State. He also owns Faith Academy Limited alongside his wife, Faith. Faith Academy Limited is the company that runs the eyebrow boarding secondary school that goes by the same name. Mr. Oyedepo is also known for his acquisition of at least 4 private jets, which includes a Gulfstream V-jet said to be worth at least $30 million, 2 other Gulfstream planes, and a Bombardier Challenger aircraft, which he operates using another of his companies, Dominion Air Limited. Dominion Air Limited was set up in 2005, and his second son, Isaac, is listed as one of its directors. Bishop Oyedepo set up offshore in British Island. That is the family property, and I don't think it is a crime in him having an offshore outside the states. Thank you, my listeners, for listening. Do have a great day, and God bless you.